no doubt that my alternative future may not have been such a positive one if it had not been for the impact that my mom had on my upbringing.
You must feed you with my praise.
When I look back, I'm guessing I was a challenging child. And my mom, despite all of those challenges, decided to take on a full-time job of looking after her family and looking after me and my brother, and make sure that we kept on the straight and narrow. And she made sure that we could get the best education we could afford, with lots of significant disadvantages to the family because of that. And for that, I will be forever grateful. I'm very fortunate to have turned out to who I am now, and my mom and my family have shaped how that has transpired. She's always stood by my father, Marika, throughout his years, and then again has stood by my brother, Marek, ensuring that he had the best opportunity to have a happy home environment. So in the final few words, I just would like to again acknowledge my brother for being there for her. He was there for her through thick and thin, both challenging times, and I think for any older adults to be living with a mom is quite difficult, and I think my mom has, I think as all of you are aware, some challenges, and he helped her in times of need and helped her when she needed him most. I think Marek, a kind of lesson that I think we both learned from Mama is that she was the one that never gave up. She was quite stubborn, quite obstinate, but she kept going despite facing adversity. And I guess that's a lesson for us and something for us to always remember and to always cherish. So as a final few words for myself, religion was very important to her. That helped her make sense of all the challenges that life threw at her. I'd like to end with the following quote from John 11, verse 25 to 26. So I am the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in me, though he die, yet shall he live. And everyone who lives and believes in me shall never die. So with that, I'd like to just to end my thoughts about my mom, just to say to her that I love her and I'll always remember her. She'll always be close to my heart. And I'd like to just move on to some tributes that I sent from her families and from all the other friends and other members. So from the Karolchuk family, her sister, I've just translated from the whole family. So dear Robert, with all Marek, with all my heart, I join you in sorrow. All my condolences in this moment of sadness. I have the best memories of Chacha Marisha and my sister, and her stay in France and in Poland. Her smile, her outspokenness, her joie de vivre, and her best days. We think hard of you. That's from the Karolchuk family. From the Bavinskis and from the Walkingtons in New Zealand, our tribute in love and memory of our dear Maria, who will forever be remembered in our hearts. Rest in peace, Maria. Rest in peace, sweet Maria. From our wife Rebecca, Mum, you are now amongst the angels, flying high above the sky, with your love still watching over us. May your soul rest in eternal peace, taking away from all the recent pain and suffering. Your spirit will be with us, and we will keep your fond memories forever. I'll always remember your eloquent chattiness, your smile, your wonderful manner that you showed to make everyone feel welcome. But most of all, I'm truly grateful that you brought into this world an amazing son, Robert, who makes our world so meaningful and special. This does not mean the end, for we will be here for you. Until our time will end, we will never forget you. May the light of our best memories guide you on your way. Through heaven you will travel. Until we meet someday, Rebecca.
Beautiful.
So a message from the Reddy family. We know that this is an extremely trying time when you are unable to pay your respects in the traditional way. Every lesson and piece of her advice becomes immortalized in her children, grandchildren, and the generations to come. The mother's love is alive forever. And the lessons she taught, the patience she gave, and the hearts of the children she raised, our prayers go out to your time. sincere condolences from the Reddy family. From the James and the Paul families, well, there was one from Jaden, sorry about that. Oh, there we go, Jaden and Noam. Dear Bapcha, I always remember you being kind and generous to know, but most of all, for the life that you showed us by making us your own grandchildren. We miss you very much, Jaden and Noam. The James and Paul families, from the few interactions I had with Maria, I knew her to be friendly, warm, and loving woman. She always made the most of every occasion. I have a beautiful photograph of her in a traditional sari, which she wore when she attended my 60th birthday. The image of her will forever be etched in my memory. Is that of her dancing happily at Robert and Rebecca's wedding. Robert and Marek raising among the leagues of boys that can never be filled. Our prayer is that you continue cherishing all the happy memories that you have of your mum, and that God will grant you peace in this great time. Our prayers with you to continue cherishing the happy memories that you have with your mom, and that God will grant you peace at this time of great loss. With much love from James and Paul families. From the Bronsky families, bonjour Robert, sad news about your beloved mother. Still can't believe it. We send our deepest sympathy. From the Turners, who I grew up with and my mom knew as my schoolmates, to Greg and Nancy, to Robert and Marek and your families, our heartfelt condolences go to all of you on this sad occasion. I have fond memories of your mum collecting Robert and myself in a green station wagon and taking us home to the Pavinsky residence in Northcliffe. Your mom was always there, ever present, and always giving us space to work on the project or study for exams. We had the opportunity to catch up with your mom again after many years when Rob and Rebecca were married in the Durban. Ever elegant and regal in pose, she took the time to meet and know our sons during the time we stayed together. I remember her playful side and the deep love for her sons. Time passes us all by. Some memories can never be forgotten, Maria. You will always be my thoughts and prayers. Love, Greg and Nancy. And from another schoolmate, Alistair, my deepest condolences and thoughts. I hope you are managing. If you need any assistance, don't hesitate to email. And some work colleagues who say something about the sad news and difficult time. So if there's any other things that people would like to say, please do so. I'm sure we'll be happy to hear from you. Krisha, I see that you've just joined. Dzień dobry, Krisha. She just joined from Poland now.
Dzień dobry, Robercie. Przykro mi bardzo, nie chcę mi słyszeć, bo jestem biegła. Słyszysz mnie?
No tak, słyszymy, we can hear.
Robert, I'd like just to step up and have a moment or two just make a comment or...
Yeah, sure, go ahead, Craig.
So my strongest memory of your mom are from the 70s and 80s when we grew up together in the neighborhood around East Town. I was the friend of Robert's since the age of 3.
Worries me you say was.
So, and Robert's mother was always ever present in my life for the first 15, 20 years. Very welcoming. Whenever I turned up, I would turn up at their house and stay for a few days. A second mother taking care of me, always making sure that we had enough to eat. And she especially had a penchant for always wanting to make sure that my glasses were clean. I don't know if you remember that, Robert.
I think it was more about them not being broken.
Yeah, so she was a very special lady and always hold a place in my memories. She was definitely a firm fixture in my childhood. So I send out my condolences and best wishes to you, Robert, and to you, Marek. Very difficult times. I don't know what to say, but just to let you know that she will be missed by me, and I did value her in my life. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much for those kind words, Craig. Very much appreciated. Krisha, would you like to say something? Krisha, byś chciała coś powiedzieć? Was there anybody else that would like to say something?
Just I love you, Mama.
That's Krisha sharing her screen. Is there anybody else that would like to say something?
We've got someone here in South Africa. Valerie would like to say something in South Africa.
Marek, I think you're on mute if you're saying something.
You can't hear me. You can't hear me.
Marek?
You can't hear me.